I'm here today with my friend and Strat-O-Matic guru, John Garcia. John, it's a pleasure once again to talk to you.
I'm glad to have you here.
Opening day, definitely successful. Biggest crowd that I've seen in quite a while.
Best weather too.
Excellent weather, no snowstorms, and and people aren't like helping shovel out this year. People from New Hampshire and stuff. One of the things that intrigues a lot of people and readers is the process of how Strat-O-Matic comes up the ratings. I'm sure you've been asked time and time again, but it's a fascinating process that professionals, I mean, I've even heard Mets announcer Keith Hernandez mention about Strat-O-Matic getting a player getting a 1 or a 2. John, how does Strat-O-Matic come up with some of these range ratings?
Well, it's definitely the thing that we pride ourselves the most on, is to have accurate and realistic ratings. So, all season long, we're all doing reading, local newspapers, guys who cover the team. We talk to scouts for each team, all 30 of them. I try to get 2 or 3 scouts for each team. We use numbers. We use the new metrics that are out also, and we combine them all, and we sit in a meeting and we argue about it and hammer it down until we get the most accurate picture of the player.
Is Hal involved on the process still?
Hal is involved, yeah.
So he's very, very much part of the ratings, which is good to know.
Yeah.
How much impact have the new statistics over the years that have come out? How much of an impact has it had on the ratings for Strat-O-Matic?
A huge impact. I mean, we don't take it as gospel or anything. We do a lot more research, but it's affected not only one of the parts that we look at to create the rating, but it's also affected how writers write about the game and how people talk about the game. So they use UZR and plus minus from BIS as.
So, what statistics have some weight in your decision?
Well, I mean, they all matter a little bit. UZR, like I said, the plus minus from BIS, they're all
range
factor. Range factor actually wouldn't be the one to look at. Yeah, that's a lot more dependent on the pitchers and stuff, pitching staff. But I mean, we throw them all together. We look at all the numbers, and sometimes players like Mike Trout show up on the bottom for both of them every year, or I don't know, McCutcheon shows up sometimes as a great fielder, sometimes as a poor fielder, and the metrics sometimes disagree with each other. So we go much more in depth into that.
So it's a team approach. Is there any one person who gets a final call?
Well, Hal gets the final call always. Sometimes, we all.
He's seen it all.
Yeah, he's seen it all. Good arguments in there sometimes, though.
Right. Now, also about throwing arms. We've never ever discussed throwing arms before. What types of judgments, is it scouts reports, would go into that decision process?
Yeah, scouts reports do. You have to be careful because sometimes scouts think everybody in their team is great, especially with arm-wise. Sorry?
I'm sorry. We want to get that 50-year anniversary sign in there. But you're saying scouts?
Yeah, I mean scouts, we look at a lot of numbers for that also. But, we always try to come up with the best rating from as many different pieces as we can.
I remember a couple of years ago, the Super Advanced, they came out with Roberto Clemente as a -6.
Yeah.
Where did that decision come from?
Well, we talked about it too with other players since then. It hasn't happened though. Clemente, best arm ever. How could you?
I don't suppose it'll ever happen again.
Well, we've talked about it. We got close recently, yeah, but didn't pull a trigger.
Which player brought you the closest to that elusive platinum badge of -6?
Cespedes got us close.
Really?
Cespedes got us close, yeah.
Wow.
The Gold Glove winner, because that one year where he got the split rating, the one in Detroit, the 2 with the Mets.
Right. What would it take for that guy to get the -6?
Well, it's got to be extraordinary. He has to be considered among.
Would it have to be a strike from the right field corner?
Yeah, that would do it.
To the plate? Right. We've seen that over the years. Is there any possibility of maybe something like a rating like that happening on a more frequent basis in the future?
When they start throwing like -6s all the time in the majors, it's doubtful.
Another thing we saw was catchers with +5 arms.
Yeah.
And I remember maybe 2 catchers. We did a profile a couple of years ago. 2 catchers getting a +5. See any +5 arms coming?
Well, salt of the machina. Guys like that are pretty close if they're not there yet.
Right? Well, John, thank you so much.
No problem. My pleasure.